What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and we are doing an experiment that we did a little while back, and I honestly think the way we prepped this time, we might be able to do this thing. We are testing if you can get a receiver to 3,000 yards. Now, with that being said, there's a chance we try the other ones. I think there was one where, can we get a running back to, the max yardage as well. The thing that we can do to save this, for one, is we can go to gameplay settings, player skill, we can get that to 100 for all of these. Run blocking, we can go low, just so if they do run, their chances of doing well is very low. We'll go pass coverage 0. I'm not going to touch this. I'm almost certain down is better, up is worse. We're just not going to worry about that. I'm really hesitant on do we want them to do badly, but we'll get into that in a second. Fatigue 0, I believe, is the best, because I'm 100% it's the best. Offside, we're not going to worry about that. Holding, we'll lower all of that. What else do we have? Pass interference. So we'll turn pass interference. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that. But we did change the playbook. I created a custom playbook where there is no running plays. No passing plays, huh? No running plays whatsoever. Yeah, hopefully I can find it. Hopefully they allow me to put it on, do they? Ah, crap. Can I not use it? Please tell me I can use it. Am I going to have to go into each and every game? So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to run the Patriots Playbook, because they do very well, and we are going to run a spread. And I will now show you what the roster looks like. So, for the offense, we have an insane offensive line, 99 across the board, with X Factor, superstar abilities. Then we have a tight end. He's a 99 over. You're like, hey, maybe he's going to catch the ball. Nope. Terrible a catcher. However, he's a very good run blocker. We're going to edit his age. Same with a few guys, because we do need to make sure they don't retire, because I think this may take more than 1 year. I'm not going to do it until we get 3,000, because it might not be possible. There's 2 sims I want to do. I want to do this one, base, and then I'm going to go into every single game, and we're going to sim it with that custom playbook. Obviously, I could just throw it to Julio all day. Here's the defense, 99 across the board. I think we tried it last year, and was last year or a year before that? It may have been Madden 18. But when we did it with a bad defense, we didn't get nearly as good of stats. So, of course, Tom Brady, he's one of the best quarterbacks in Sim for stats. We have, number 6. Okay, as much as, I like to make a joke about Brady every once in a while, we are not doing that. It's already bad enough that he's in a Giants uniform. We're not doing that one right there. So, Brady, 99 overall, literally has 99 everything, except for speed. I do not want him running. I want him throwing the ball. So he can break tackles and all that. He just can't run. So hopefully he's less inclined to do so. Julio Jones not as old, but we don't want him regressing, so we'll drop him to 20 as well. And that's pretty much that. We're going to see if a receiver can get to 3,000 yards. Now, obviously, we're going to give ourselves a force win across the board. Maybe wouldn't even need it, to be honest. So we're going to go away, home, away, home. Do they play like pack? It's like one home, one away, and, there's that. We also, of course, made all the wide receivers bad outside of Julio, so they shouldn't want to pass to anyone else, right? So with a really good offensive line, you should get more time to throw, more time to find the guy, and with Julio being by far the best, you would assume that he should get the ball a lot. I think we may get about 2,500 yards in the first try, and then if we have to, we will, of course. I lowered his kick return so he doesn't, go there, but obviously we turned stamina off anyways. Of course, if we have to, we will go into each game and sim them manually with the running playbook that is no more. I believe I took all the audibles out of the runs. I took all the run plays out of the formations. So hopefully, in theory, it should be a good playbook. I don't know if we're going to need it, though, because, once again, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling it, okay? If you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe. If you like these types of videos, let me know. What is the yardage? Okay, so with a really bad receiving core, Tom Brady had the #1 in passing touchdowns and the ooh, that's okay. 25th in carries is a little rough. Damn it, they ruined the freaking surprise. I was going to go in here and see if Julio won best wide receiver, which he did. Unfortunately, we did see, he had a good season, broke the touchdowns record, I believe, but unfortunately did not break the yardage by any close margin. These are really bad receivers, but they still decided to throw to them, which really worries me. However, you can see here there was about 400 rushing attempts, and that's a lot of rushing attempts. If you look at how many throws, so there was 500 throws, and almost half of our offense was rushing. So if we take away half of the rushing and basically double the passing, there is a chance Julio could reach almost 4,000 yards. So I'm not exactly sure what we can do about these receivers. Let's just go on and sim and see. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl, I guess. I would say it's probably this team, right? And if it doesn't, that's just... Okay, it is. Okay, I was about to say that just proves how bad sim is, and it was a win. Fair enough. So, am I going to have to create a new franchise? Please tell me I don't. I don't want to lose any of these players. Tom Brady has 5 upgrades. It's not going to matter, though, because he obviously didn't regress. We do have to re-sign some players. We'll get that done. All right, so here we are back at it. Let's see if we can do this challenge. I mean, we almost had 2,000 yards. We did break the touchdowns record. I believe is it 22? I'm not even sure, but we're still going to go with this spread. Should we go air raid? This is the one, thing that doesn't have any... Air raid makes sense a lot, too, though. It is what it is. Here we go, though. Hopefully that custom playbook loads. What else was... I was going to look at something else. Oh, yeah, I wanted to see if it actually was the record. So if we can at least hold one record, that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, so the highest was Moss in 2007 with the Pats. The new highest would have been 26 with Julio, and I believe that would have put him at number 2 in receiving yards, I think. But obviously, here we go. We're going to take a look at each of these. We did lower our... I didn't mention that, but we did lower our divisional opponents, so we would have easier matchups there. Are they going to let me use my custom? Here we are. Custom Pats. That's what I want to see. All right, it's going to be a long one for me, so you better like and subscribe, because this is like a 2-hour video for such a short thing. But I wanted to go all out, and I wanted to see if we could actually freaking do it for once. Okay, so after the first game, Brady threw 563 yards. What about the rushing? I still don't know how we're running the ball when the running plays are just not in the game. Oh, here we go. 260 yards and 4 touchdowns at the first freaking game. Maybe... To be fair, some of the passing plays have the running backs in, so maybe they're throwing it backwards? Because 9 for 7, they're really bad running backs. I don't know. It's still a really good game, though, so, even without the, even when there's still running plays, apparently, they're technically not. I'm going to take a look and actually see if, ooh, that's one thing I got to do is turn off all the sliders. I want to see if there actually is any running plays in there. So apparently there still are runs, but not a whole lot. So the percentage, I mean, I took all of them out. Maybe there's a certain amount you have to have. And you go to coach suggestions, it's all passing plays. Let's go by formation, I formation. You can see there's literally no running plays one bit. I think I even took the audibles out. Yeah, there's no running audibles either. So 41-7. There's going to be some teams that are really good, but 535 yards again, around that yardage. I think this will work. I think if we sim, he's still that tight end, still keeps getting good stats. But I think this is going to work. I want to see what the numbers are. I promise you I'm not going to play any of the games. Okay, I'll make a legit promise. I won't play any of the games unless we're like 100 off. I may kind of pay attention to it, and if it looks like we're not going to get it, I'll go in and I'll show you guys what we're going to do, okay? Because I'm not... If it's close, doing all these tactics, and we're not actually playing the games... That's fine by me. So, without spoiling it, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is definitely going to happen. Oh my lord. And that's like the base Vikings. I didn't adjust them at all. They're one of the best defenses in the game. Top 5, top 8 probably. Ridiculous. Yeah, this is definitely going to happen. So, if you want to do this yourself, all you have to do is take out all the run plays, and it seems to work. Yay. Of course, the score is 69-0 against the Packers. Of all the teams, like some of the scores were high, but this one was really high. You've got to be kidding me. All right, with the final game in place, Brady threw for a lot of yards here. Julio, not really up there for the yards, but 3 touchdowns. So let's take a look at those numbers. I haven't looked since like week 9, and he was at about 2,000. So in theory, he should have done it. He should have done it. I know the touchdowns are definitely up there. Had several games, I think, with lots of touchdowns. Here's the, you know, the actual games. Obviously, no forced wins. Don't need to with this team. But let's go on. Obviously, we'll take a look at all the awards and all that. It's going to be an interesting one. I would assume Brady wins MVP, but at the same time, you never know, okay? Ooh, okay. Brady is the MVP. Apparently, Lorenzo Carter was number 2. Okay. Interesting. Best wide receiver, obviously Julio. No question about it. And then we could see Brady with insane numbers. Wow. Here's rushing, which even with the playbook, apparently they still found a way to run 154 times, but you could see the difference, you know, about 300 less rushing attempts, which is where, you know, almost 300 plus passing attempts came from. And let's take a look at receiving. A massive 3,347 yards and 40 touchdowns. Ironically, like a 12 overall wide receiver had 1,647 yards and 14 touchdowns. Guys with no stats just balling out. Sack totals really good considering how many times we threw the ball. Okay, 52 sacks for Lorenzo Carter, 45 for Tomlinson, 38 for Lawrence, 28 for Slayton. I mean, every player on this team pretty much had a freaking career season for anyone, let alone just on the same team. Let's take a look at field goals, actually. Nothing really spectacular at all, but still very solid season. Wow. Okay. I think it's been definitely slated as a success, if I have to say so myself. We'll go on to the Super Bowl. Obviously, this team's going to win because, I mean, they've smoked teams all across the board. Super Bowl versus the Browns. It'd be really funny to see us lose one of these games. And there you go. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Of course, that's the experiment for receiving yards. Honestly, that one kind of counted as a double header. You know, 8,000 yards for Brady, 86 passing touchdowns. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed that and you guys, I guess, at least respect how much time we put into this, maybe leave a like, subscribe. I mentioned that 3 times this video. I apologize. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. And if you want to see more of these, leave me an idea in the comment section below. I would assume the logical thing next would be to try and get a running back to 3,000 yards. I don't know how possible that is, but maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!